Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's his next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Today, you can see that Bitcoin, right, has broken down a little bit. Looks like we might be headed straight down, or we might bounce from here and start heading back up again. We're going to talk about that in today's episode and more. You know, Bitcoin is never a dull day in Bitcoin, and the market never sleeps when it comes to Bitcoin. We're here on the weekends. We're here during the weekdays. Bitcoin is open for business 24/7, and that's what I love about it. And today we're also going to be talking about my tweet, how the banks still have my money, and that's it. They won't let me have it because it's not my money. We're also going to be talking about another tweet about how I told people to buy Bitcoin at $1 and nobody was listening to me. And are you too late? And I'd say the answer is no, and we're going to talk more about that. Also, we're going to do a little bit of more fundamental analysis about Bitcoin and what the fundamental analysis is good for, and a few other things like, for example, why is Bitcoin good for the poor and the middle class when it's so slow? We're going to talk about that as well. And if you find that interesting, if you want to participate in that and you want to share this information, because there's a lot of information to learn, a lot of good stuff that you can learn. Today, I even, in the preamble, right, I mentioned the Crackup Boom, and nobody knew what it was. And you know what? I'm going to probably show a little bit about that, but I'm just going to let you do your own research on the Crackup Boom, because it's a large subject and just too much for this episode. But man, this is so much stuff. There's so many things that you can learn in this world, right? That I don't even watch television anymore, because as much as entertaining as it can be, it's not as entertaining as reality is, if you ask me. Anyways, I have a cold right now. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy, and we're going to be getting started. But before we do, just remember, this is for entertainment purposes and it's not financial advice. Please do your own research before you enter it, putting any of your money into the market. All right, let's get on to the show. Now, I do have, as I've said, I do have a cold, so I might cough a little bit, and I don't have the a button to mute my mic should I cough. So you're going to have to apologize. I'm going to have to apologize in advance for that. But hopefully that doesn't happen during the show. All right, so let's start off by saying exactly as I predicted. Exactly as I predicted. All right, if we go down to the shorter time frames, right, we talked about this, that, hey, you know what, this W would probably bring us all the way up to here. And then, this is where you would take profits. And so, yeah, there you go. The market went exactly as predicted. But really, I don't like to. I'm having fun with that because honestly, it's just that the market. There's a percentage chance that this W would have worked out, and a percentage chance that it would not work out. What was more than 60% chance that this W was going to work out in your favor. Right, and you can see it just went W and W and W again. So you could have definitely seen a lot of chances to get in right here, right? And then there's another W right here, and then you could have got in right there. And then there's plenty of chances. If you sat on your computer all day long and traded just W's, M's and W's, right, all day long, just ignore the noise, ignore all the different other patterns. You would you have a 60% chance. So let's just say you another thing you did. Let's just say you only went like a 2% or 50% loss, right? So you did you only traded the W's and M's, right? So one of the things you could do is shut off all these videos, right? And I even my videos, and you know what? I'd rather you not do that, but you could always do that. And just go, okay, you know what? Let's take this to this. It's apex, right here, and I'm gonna reduce the percentage that so that I can get 2 to 1 every single time. So I'm gonna go to 2 to 1. That's 3 to 1. There we go. So my losses are gonna be only like where I get 2 to 1. There we go. 2 to 1's right there, right? So from the breakout, let me just see if that's close enough. But anyways, so there it is. 2 to 1. Is that 2 to 1? Yeah, it's almost 2 to 1. So there's the risk to reward ratio right there. You see it? you did that all day, right? The odds are, you have 60% chance. You just have to be cold about it, except, okay, this one didn't work, this one did work, this one didn't work, and that's it. You'd make money. You wouldn't have to work the rest of your life if you did that. But you have to make sure that you have to be disciplined about it. You have to only do 5%. Take a loss of only a maximum of 5% of your total portfolio every single time, right? And and if you want to do that, right, I have a video on how to get started, right, with the quick start guide of a Bybit. You could check that out. Links are in the description below, and also I'm sure my editor will put something popping up in the corner below at the top there. All right, so check that out if you want to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum using Bybit. All right, so there's a simple thing that you can do every single day, right, and not have to worry about it. Just sit down and look for M's and W's. In fact, I'm going to get into to do that, right? He's just going to sit there from his job after doing the videos is just going to be sitting all day looking for M's and W's in both Ethereum and Bitcoin and posting them, and then seeing what the percentage rate of wins to losses. That's it. It's going to be kind of a boring job because you have to sit and wait for a while because this thing doesn't happen. These M's and W's sometimes takes a while to play out before you could actually see them work out. So, and on top of that, right, you could always look at this. This looks like it was going to turn into a W, into an M, right? And so what you could do, right, in any particular exchange, right, is set a sell order here, right? Conditional sell order, meaning that once the price gets down there, you're going to take a conditional sell and a conditional buy here. Now, this W did not work out as planned, right? Because we did not get you can see that it did not make the measured move. And you just have to accept that loss and move on, right? So you can see let's see if the measured move doesn't look like it from here. Let's see if the measured move is correct. No, it's not. So it didn't make it, right? And so what you know is that a failed move, this is called a failed move, equals a fast move in the opposite direction. So what you could have done is go, okay, you know what? It took off. I'm going to set my stops to break even. Comes back at me. That's it. I walk away, break even, right? Maybe you set your stops to break even when we get above the 50% level, right? Of your target, and then you go, hey, wait a minute. If this thing comes back, I'm going to walk away and look for an M. And I'm sure there's an M. I'm sure there was an M on the 5 minute. Yeah, there was lots of them that you could have taken, right? Lots of them, right? And yeah, they would have been a little bit harsh to take, but once you started seeing them right here, boom, boom, right? And then this a break of this level, right? Of course, you would have had to take a little bit of a beating, but hit, and eventually it worked out, right? And yeah, there's going to be some that work out and some that don't, and just have to let it go. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening right now. All right, because that's what you really care about. So what do we do going forward now? Well, obviously, we see what's considered as a bigger M in the bigger picture here. We've already broken through it, right? On this level, on the $32,000 level, price level. That was the breakdown price, and so its price objective, right? Should it take it there, right? Should it go there? Because there's no guarantees of anything. Is right back to 30,000. Ooh, look at that! Right down to the 30,000 level. That is not a coincidence, and because this has to be retested. This had huge volume right here. Sorry, I'm going to say, just in case you're watching in a car, this level here at $28,780, which was the big dump that we had all the way down. And then it took us down all the way to here, and we reversed up. This has to be retested. This 30,000 to 28,700 level has to be retested. And look at that. And I bet you, let's just eyeballing it, it's somewhere close to the 61.8. Bet you any money. Let's see. There we go. Yes. We're right close to, we're not right at the 61.8, but it's close enough. There you go. 61.8 from the top, where we rolled over, to the bottom, or to from the top of 34, almost 34,000, to the bottom of 38,720 is where the fib is, and you can see we're trying to hold it's trying to hold above the 38, trying to get past the 38.2 at $32,000, but it's having a hard time. So it looks like the direction is down. So with that in mind, with the direction and down, so how do we trade this? We could just blindly enter here, but you know, and because we've already wicked back above the breakdown level, right? And you could say, okay, well, if we were trading this and we saw this beforehand, right? What we would do is enter a short here, all the way to its target level, right? And then reduce this to 2-to-1. And there we go. There it is, 2-to-1. And so you could say that's my target level. Maybe we're going to put a stop to break even at 50%, right? So wherever the 50% level would be. So the 50% level will be obviously on a 1-to-1 here. So that 50% level where you just put your stops to break even would be $31,207. And there we have it. We have an easy trade where we can take it down to $30,000 level. Now let's just say you missed it. You're just coming in. You want to try to get this thing. You want to follow this trade down. It's the most likely trade. It looks like it from here. So Bitcoin's in a downtrend. So let's accept that's the case. Right, and what you have to do, right? What do we have to do? Let's look for M's in order to get into this, right? This could turn into an M, right? We could come back up, and if we come back up to the entry level, maybe we do get in here, right? You get in here, right? And then you take the stop loss right to here, and that's it. That's all you do, right? If we come up here, you enter here. If we don't, right? You wait for the M, and then you take this trade. That's it. Nice and simple, right? And then you take the trade on an M. That's it. Basic, easy, simple. All right, and remember to trade this, right? You can trade it on Bybit by typing in bybit.davincij15.com. I want you to do that right now. I want you to pause the videotape and type in bybit.davincij15.com. Just do that for me. Thanks. Appreciate it. Alrighty, let's head over to Ethereum and see what Ethereum is doing. But before we do that, I want to quickly glance over the dominance. Man, it's dominating. This is going to be the biggest landslide. If we bounce here, that'd be good, right? We're gonna probably bounce here because it's still in February is the time frame, so we're gonna bounce at the 64 percentile level approximately. Is because there's severe resistance, so I doubt it's going to just blow through it. But if it does, man, alts are gonna explode. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow, right? Because I bet you we're gonna bounce here for tomorrow. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do a video show tomorrow, right? If I don't drink too much today, because I'm going out for a party today. I'm going to actually sit down, do a 3-hour live show, just for Pandora's wallet subscribers and just for what's it called? The subscribers of the DJ15 token holders. So if you're a DJ15 token holder, right? If you're a Pandora's wallet subscriber, we're going to do a 3-hour live episode where we're going to go find coins to buy, and you guys are going to help me find coins to buy. So if you want to be a part of that, you might want to get into Pandora's wallet right now and join us for that 3-hour episode sometime tomorrow, where we're going to just sit and just look for altcoins to buy, and we're going to start buying them. And yeah, I'm going to have my ledger out. I'm going to have my and I'm going to be buying them left, right, and center. So yeah, let's do that together. All right, so let's head over to Ethereum and see that you can see that Ethereum did the exact same, pretty much the same thing that Bitcoin, but it's like giving us a little bit of a harder time, giving the traders of the M's and W's a harder time. Now, I did say, now before we continue, I want to point out that we did not make to our level here. Right? The level was almost 1,300 bucks is where I wanted to like trade to. And it didn't make it, right? I wanted to hit the short here. I also wanted to hit the short on this at 78.6, which is approximately the level that it was going to. I believed it was going to. It didn't quite make it, right? And Ethereum's giving you a hard time with the M's and W's. It's saying that we broke down, right? We broke down right here. We broke down at 1,224, right? And then you're sitting here like in the red if you did shorted this on the breakdown on the M here, right? So you're like sitting here going, oh my God, is this thing gonna really go down? I don't know. Did I waste my time? I'm gonna waste my money, and that's just a trader's life, right? You have to, accept the risks of doing this, right? And so you're going to obviously take this to, let's just take the measured move. To right about there, which is $1,135, $11.35, right? $11.35, and then let's just see where the 50% mark is, so that we can know where it is. See if we got stopped out. No, we didn't yet. So, and yet you're taking a little bit of a beating here. So, and then of course, if it does break down, right? You might want to like set the stop to break even at a 1-to-1 ratio, which is happened to be 11. No, it's actually the target is $1,172. Yeah, $72.74 as not the target, but as the stop to break even level. Your target is $1,137. Right, and that makes sense, right? It would come back, retest this level here, and then come back up, maybe. And unfortunately, right? The market could, just turn this into another W. Turn this into a W, a very poorly shaped W, right? And then head straight up, right? So if you were in this breakout trade right here, and you're still holding on, right, with the stop to break even, you're good, right? So this one right here, let me just point to it right now. Right at that level, which is the $12,008 level, right? You didn't get a break even, you didn't get a stop, your stop didn't get triggered. So you have to hold it, because it could, right? Could go all the way back up to $1,357, right? It could get there, right? And you don't want to, you know what? The key thing about traders, right? Another thing about traders, right, is that you have to let the market finish what it's going to do, whether it's going to stop you out, or it's going to get you, or it's going to get you to your target. You have to let it finish, You have to let it finish. Yes, it's scary sometimes. Yes, it's nerve-wracking, right? But what you can do, right, when some exchanges, right, you can do a short and a long at the same time. And one of the exchanges you could do that, a short and a long. So for example, let's just say you're running this long here, and then you wanted to go ahead and do a short. Well, Bybit does not let you do that unless you open up multiple accounts. But if you head over to Femex, you could have by typing in femex.davincij15.com, right? And go ahead and do that right now, right? I want you to pause the videotape and do that right now for me. Yeah, right now. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, and then you could actually have sub accounts with Femex, right? One day I will do a complete video explaining how to do that. But right now, lots of work to do, right? So it's really difficult to get all the things that I want to do. Like for example, redoing little strategy videos. I'd love to get to doing that because it's a good set of tools, working tools for everybody. Okay. With that said, you could, and then you could always, wait for this wait for this short to break. You could always be running this short. Should it break down, or running the short from here, right to the stop, to your shorter time stop loss, right? Just as easily, and it would be valid, right? The short right here. If you were to take the short right at this point, right now, just open up the short, and just take it to the stop loss, which was like 12.50 or something like that. I think it was. That'd be fine. When you're taking it all the way down to 11.35 level, right? But you just have to accept the losses, right? If that happens, right? That's all, and then make sure that the losses are smaller than 5%, and that's it. All right. With that said, I'm looking forward to the Bitcoin dominance to really dominate, right, and head all the way down, and allow us to see a massive altcoin season. Alrighty, if you want, remember, right? When you own a DJ15 tokens, right? A portion of all the earnings that I get from all my affiliate links and so forth, right? So for example, you put in bybit.com, you put in bybit.davincij15.com or femex.davincij15.com or btcmex.davincij15.com or any of the affiliate links you use in the bottom here, you'll get some cash backs in a roundabout way. Not really, but if you own DJ15 tokens, right? I'm no guarantees, but that's what I'm doing. I'm generally going to just buy up the tokens and burn them, and so that will help the price of this token increase, and then you could always sell them back to me at any time. So if you go to the Uniswap, right? Uniswap is not exactly like a regular exchange, and I don't want this on a regular exchange, because all the liquidity belongs to me. So that way, when you're selling it back to me, you're not selling it to somebody else. You're selling it back to me, right? So this is not exactly an security, because I'm buying and selling them from you. I'm deciding the price to sell it to you, and I'm deciding the price to sell it back to you. And that's that. So it's not a security. Oh, there we go. That's what my lawyers just told me. When they realized how this thing works, they're like, yeah, we could argue that. Oh man. Alrighty. Also, so yeah, if you want to participate in these live streams, because this is actually going live, and then somebody's editing it and then providing it to you guys later on in the day, and you want to catch this right when it's live, you can do so by subscribing to Pandora's wallet or owning a DJ15 token, and then joining the group by signing a simple message, right? There's currently more than 1,000 people in the Pandora's wallet group, and almost 1,000 in the DJ15 token group. So yeah, it's a small group, and then after this show, we're gonna do question and answers, and that's my favorite part, when you guys have some cool questions for me. Oh my god, I love that part. Alrighty. I am blathering on so much today because I'm having too much fun, man. This is too much fun for one person. It should be an outlaw. Alrighty. So, basically, a lot of people are trying to get rich quick. You're trying to do that. Maybe you're watching this show because, hey, you know what? I want to learn how to trade. I want to be able to make some money trading. It seems like really easy. I'll do that. Don't. You know what? I'm going to give you some advice. Don't do that. Don't do that. Right? It's easy to lose money. It's not as easy as all of us YouTubers who go exactly as where I predicted. Exactly as where I predicted. It's not that easy. There's a lot of personal emotions involved. You're not sure whether or not this is going to work. And you feel that, you know what, if this fails, right, you're going to lose all your money, and you're going to, so you panic. You're going to panic, basically, and especially when you start seeing losses mount up a few times, right? Because there are going to be times when there's going to be losses. There are going to be times when you take wins. You have to accept them, both the wins and the losses, graciously. So what I would suggest you do, right, is it's still early in the Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin has great fundamentals. When you're talking about fundamentals, right, fundamentals take you into the future, further out into the future, far out into the future, not in the short term. In the short term, fundamentals are basically useless in general, right? Not all the time, but in general, because if there's a fundamental event that the market is not expecting, like for example, ECDSA has been cracked. Right? that would be a fundamental event that would cause Bitcoin to collapse. I would be buying, of course, right? And I suggest you'd be buying too if that happens, right? Why? Because Bitcoin was designed with that in mind. And most people don't know that. So now you got a piece of information that no one knows. No one's going to know. Should that happen in the future, right? People will freak out. And you need to be ready to load up, right? If that ever happens. All right. So what I would suggest you do, right, for this bull market, right, is to just keep your day job, dollar cost average in, wait 10 years, and you'll be super rich. Simple. Don't try to chase. If you're going to chase wealth, right, overnight success, you're going to get burned. You're just going to get burned. Don't do it, right? Just take the slow and methodical route. And this way, your probability of becoming super rich is higher than if you were to try to do the quick and easy way. All right, I know you young whippersnappers out there are going to probably go, no way, man. No way, I'm young. And you're right. You're young. Go right ahead. You need to you need to go ahead and learn on your own whether or not you could do this, right? Because a failure when you're young is a lot easier to recover from than if you're older. So go ahead and take those big risks and see where it gets you there. See where it gets you, right? Maybe it gets you. Maybe you get lucky and maybe you do well, and maybe you don't, and then you learn something. So either way, it's good. But for us, generally older people, I think this would be the best solution for you. So if you're like over 40, right, right, I think this is the dollar cost average, keeping your day job, dollar cost averaging, and just forget about the noise. And that's it, because the fundamentals will keep you in this for the long term. And what are the fundamentals? Well, value investor Bill Maher buys MicroStrategy's debt for Bitcoin. And the reason why he's not interested in owning Bitcoin. He wants to be exposed to Bitcoin, but he's not interested in dealing with all the private key nonsense and all that kind of stuff, right? He lets somebody else deal with that, right? So this is an indication that this is going to continue. But that's not the most important thing. What's important is this tells the market, hey, there's a lot of investors who's going to buy my stock if I own Bitcoin to figure out how to use Bitcoin. I think I better do that. Right? So, yeah, you can see that there's going to be a flood of companies buying Bitcoin so that they can get that advantage as well. So their stock could get pumped. So that's coming. That's coming. So that's another huge fundamental event that's coming. You see, Bill Miller is also saying that Bitcoin becomes less risky when it's higher price. The higher the price it goes, yeah. I mean, like, I think the dollar's overvalued, so it's less risky, right? So it's highly overvalued, and it's less risky. That's why, right? Same with a lot of other things, like for example, Berkshire Hathaway, right? It's super high per value, and so that means the price of value is less risky. Same with gold. Right, this is new nascent technology, Bitcoin. Right, it's absolutely new. Right, no one can. A lot of people don't understand its ability, don't understand where it's going, don't understand what I've just told you about DSA. Right, where the encryption should have failed. It's okay. It was designed that way. It's designed to protect you should the encryption fail. Right, so. Yeah, it's still early in the game. It's still early in the game, right? BlackRock gives 2 funds a green light to invest in Bitcoin futures. I mean, you have huge fundamental information here. This will not reflect in the short-term volatility of Bitcoin. Not at all. Don't get that twisted. What this does give you is a projection far out into the future, right? That Bitcoin is real. Bitcoin is here to stay, and you absolutely need to be a part of it. That's what it means, right? So, for buying, holding, long term, that's all these the articles are telling you to do. Yeah, man, hold it, right? Yeah, it's gonna go down. Yeah, it's gonna go up. Yeah, it's gonna go down. Yeah, it's gonna go up. But in the end, you'll be super rich. Right? In the very end, maybe 10 years from now. I think about 10 years is a good time, but I think even 7 years from now, you'll probably be you'll be like, whoa, look at that. Right? So yeah, definitely hold on to just to do the simple way of buying and selling, buying Bitcoin, right? Just buy it and wait for it to go a lot higher, and it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about selling it at the top, buying back at the lows. Yes, you can do that. You can try and do that, of course, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Just, it's really hard to time the market, but we could try and do so, right? And do your best. And I think we will be able to time the market and sell at the top. But unfortunately, the problem is, right? This is coming, right? Selling at the top, right, with into dollars is a very, very dangerous thing to do when this is coming. We don't know when for sure, but I believe it's coming this year, personally. I might be wrong, and I'm willing to accept that I'm wrong, and I will apologize if that's what you're waiting for. Right? You shouldn't be waiting for that. I do not want to hold. Do not want to hold dollars, right? This year at all, right? When I want to sell out of Bitcoin. I don't want this to happen whilst I'm holding dollars, and I don't know when it's going to happen. So yeah, check that out. Crackup Boom. I'm going to leave that in the description below. Alrighty. Right. I want you to understand one thing about banks. Right. I want you to be clear on this. Right. They're not giving me money. Right. Because that's how they work. Right. It's not your money. Right. I didn't put once I put the money there, it became theirs. It's not mine anymore, right? I lent it to them, right? And they could do whatever they want with it, right? And so yeah, that's just the way it is. And their policy is, prove where you got it from. But I just told you that I accidentally deposited it here. I wanted to transfer it back. Prove where you got it. I just told you I transferred from here. And I want to transfer it back. Prove where you got it. That's all they're saying. That's all there's, and they could do that, right? They could be as dicky as they want, because it's their money, right? And so, yeah, it's sad, right? But that's the way it is, right? Don't feel so sad for me. I'll be alright. Okay. All right. So, one of the things that people get upset with me about, right, is that when I say, right, when I talk about, right, that 2 billion people on this planet have no access to financial services. This is due to lack of sufficient documentation, extraneous regulations, and higher fees and service costs. There is a mass opportunity for these people to use Bitcoin, considering that 70% of the world's population has access to a cell phone with internet service. Bitcoin opens up a world of finance options to unbanked people, reducing poverty, increasing financial accessibility. Okay, so a lot of people think, well, Bitcoin's too slow. It's only 3 transactions per second. First off, right? If you use the old client, it works out to 7 transactions per second. Is it per second? Yeah, 7 transactions per second, right? And if you use the latest version of Bitcoin, that increases, right, to 11 transactions per second because of Segway. So let's come roll slow, you roll, right? All right. And then also, right, we have what's called Lightning Network, which is coming up as well. And so, and also, right, all these people who invest in Bitcoin, these multimillionaires, billionaires, people, software developers everywhere, they're going to want to have their investment, because it was designed to be a protocol to allow people to transfer wealth back and forth. They're going to want other people to transfer those Bitcoins back and forth, so that increases the value of those Bitcoins, right, as well. So what you need to do is stop looking at what's going on right now. Stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to invest in what's good right now. Stop it. Right? You didn't invest in Bitcoin. Probably most of you who are watching this show didn't buy Bitcoin when it was like, what? $3,000? $4,000? $5,000? $6,000? You didn't buy it. Right? Because you saw what was happening right then and there. It was going down. You didn't want that. But you failed to see. You failed to project out into the future. Right? You failed that badly. And that is why you're having problems seeing why Bitcoin will be the monetary unit of the future. You don't want to project out into the future what's going to happen. You failed to see that, you know what, Bitcoin is not like a car, like an airplane, where, hey, I buy it once and then it doesn't upgrade, right? It doesn't change, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't turn into a rocket ship. My plane doesn't turn into a rocket ship. My K car doesn't turn into a Lambo. No, it does not. But you know what, a protocol does. Why? Because a protocol is just a means of communications. And if we upgrade the means of communications, it will do better, right? Alrighty. Oh, wow. I have been running this show for a long time. Okay, well, thank you all for watching. I know I've been, when you're having this much fun, it's hard to stop. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being part of my YouTube channel. Man, I just can't believe so many people are watching me today. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to bring my knowledge to everybody. I can't wait to see the future. I hope to see you guys maybe on a nice big yacht somewhere, right? You know, doing very well. Everybody that watches these videos, whatever advice you take, whether it's the dollar cost averaging, whether it's I'm going to risk it all and trade, that's fine. I hope you do well, and I hope to see you on a big yacht or on a spaceship or something cool, right? So that we could all enjoy our success together. Cheers.